Hey, I'm back.
Oh my God, who are you? Who is this person? I don't
I was
recognize
kind of back last week, but I'm like officially back this week. Last week was a surprise.
Yeah, last week was a surprise. But look at you. Look at your facial hair. You your your glasses look the same but nice. Oh. Did you miss us?
Very much. I very much did. I'm not sure that Ed missed me, it sounds like, but
Oh.
you know, that's okay.
It's all right. It's all right.
Uh,
Oh no.
uh,
What is happening to the video?
oh no, it was See, this is what happens now. This is unacceptable. Oh
You
my
come
god.
back to my show. You come back to the show.
I was telling Bobby, our producer, before we got started, that I told him I ran speed tests. I told him,
Oh no.
we're
I'm gonna have to do this show myself.
plugged in. We're plugged in. We're not plugged in anymore. So we'll see what happens now.
I am nervous. I am nervous. I know. This is it.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. Well, welcome everybody to Honor Ramble. Oh my gosh. I accidentally clicked on the live stream video and I was just hearing myself laugh. Kyle, I've missed you. You've been very much missed on this channel.
To be fair, that is the best part of Honor Ramble. Oh, thank you.
Laughing. How's your week? Yes. Are you live?
I am. I have been performing. I've been on stage for the last several weeks. We've been in rehearsals for the last couple of months, and this whole production opened back on May 3rd. And we're about to embark on our closing weekend. So it's been a lot of fun. But I'm also glad to be back and doing this again. Glad to be doing this with you again.
Oh, thank you. It's been so much fun without you, but always fun with you. I went to AEW taping yesterday. It was a taping for just Dynamite. There was no Ring of Honor taping. It started at 4:30 and we left at 7:30.
Oof.
It's very strange. Very strange.
Yeah.
I'm used to being there till like 9 o'clock. You got to go through dark. You got to go through Ring of Honor tapings, all the things. I also got overstimulated too much. They took my sign. Did you see my sign?
I didn't. You need to show me. I need to see pictures.
Okay, well, to be fair, I made this sign literally an hour before we left because I was like, what am I going to put on the sign? What's not going to be offensive? This won't get confiscated. And you know how like one of the bits, right, for a lot of wrestling shows is video game. This video game is better than this video game.
Sure.
So mine said The Sims 4 is better than Final Fantasy 7. You know why? I love to watch the world burn. I love watching people get upset. People were wanting to make war with me. That is a cult classic. The Sims 4 is not even the best Sims game. And you know what? And it wasn't removed. I mean, it wasn't
I
even removed because of the content. It was because there wasn't something written on the other side.
that seems arbitrary, I guess, is kind of a
Right. So they wanted something written on one side and they wanted something written on the other side. And I got there and I was like, well, do you have a pen? And they said, no pens. You're not allowed to have any pens.
they are mightier than swords.
Wouldn't it be logical, right? If you're AEW and you're like, you know what, we want this rule. We're going to put this rule out. Let the people know before they come to the show, right? They tell us about the clear bag policy. They tell us no outdoor beverages and food. Put on there, you have to have double-sided posters. Or have the option that when people are coming up and they're like, oh, you're coming through, I'm going to put a sticker. Or they get to draw an X on the other side so people can't do things on the other side. You know what I mean? So then they can know. Then they can know that side was blank when it came in to the venue. Anyways,
Also,
I just had a little bit of a meltdown. It's fine. I hate feeling embarrassed, and there was a long line, so I felt embarrassed. It's okay, but got my signs confiscated. So
that's okay. My dirty little secret is that I've never actually played any Sims game, and I've never actually played FF7 all the way through.
all right, Kyle, I'm gonna make you in The Sims this weekend. I'm gonna stream it, and then I'm gonna put you in the pool and remove the ladder. How do you feel about that? If Kyle has played The Sims, he would understand the insult that I just threw him, right?
Well, they don't have to remove me because they don't have to remove me because my internet connection is going to do that itself.
Oh, well,
it's like I confessed that, and then the universe itself just slammed down on my head.
Yeah. Well, maybe you should get fiber optic internet. So
yeah, I probably should.
Yeah.
Again, I'm going to point out to my defense that I ran speed tests literally minutes before this started, and they were fine.
I do have to say, it is so good to see you. Literally, like, I've been looking forward to the show, regardless of the Ring of Honor episode. I've missed you, Kyle, because there were shows like today where there were people that have been on Ring of Honor, new people, old people, and I need to know the background history because sometimes Google isn't enough, you know?
Well, I tried to take notes and do my best. I'm not sure if I have everything. I just finished the episode probably about 15 to 20 minutes before we came on.
Oh my goodness. I mean, it was kind of a breezier week than last time.
It was, thankfully. I had to pick up my daughter from an appointment at 7:15 locally, so that meant that was after the initial show started. And I'm getting kids to bed while my wife is at a different meeting and having to take care of her stuff, and so I didn't get to start watching until probably close to 8:30, 8:45 Eastern. So,
wow.
I know. I'm just.
And I'm
I don't.
over
I'm
here
not.
trying to sneak watch it while I'm finishing my workday. And I don't know how you do it. How do you do it?
Well, it's easier when the show is an hour or less, and that and our start time gives me plenty of leeway.
Amen.
If we were starting short right after the show ended, I would have to quit this show because I cannot do it.
Well, we don't want that.
Parenthood, and
Hmm.
taking care of them is parenthood and taking care of the kids is way more important, and that would be
We
it.
love a good work-life balance here at OLE Podcast. Now, if you're watching this, replay crew, like, share, subscribe. You know where the action's at, and you are our favorite people because you're watching this, and we're gonna jump right in. So
Just like they did. No cold open this week. It was just
I
a rundown of
know,
the matches, and we dove right in
I know.
with a
Yep.
champion.
So we have 3 proving ground matches tonight, and we just jump right into a proving ground match, which is kind of my favorite. Although I do miss the cold open. It's been a couple weeks with the cold open, and now we don't get it, and so I like the change up, but I
Well,
miss it.
the Ring of Honor television champion was back
A champion
as Kyle. Yes,
on our
we had a.
show.
Yes, apparently that's a thing that happens on wrestling shows.
Oh my god.
I'm sure we'll be able to work around it and figure it out. But
Okay, so what can you tell us about this Mentalo person?
I did not know much about Mentalo. I've still Bobby's in the chat helping us out, our producer as well. He is
Hi,
he had very high praise for Mentalo as a performer of a veteran of some 20 odd years in the Western Canadian independent scene and working all around. He was recently stateside for a show, I want to say in the Dakotas of all places, because they apparently run independent wrestling in the Dakotas too. Why shouldn't they?
Why not?
Shout out, and yeah, I was impressed to see him. We got some great name drops and some great references from Ian Riccaboni as well in commentary, because we love Ian here on Honor Ramble, where Mentalo and Kenny Omega feuded for quite some time in the early 2000s. I found over 24 instances with Mentalo and Kenny Omega sharing the same ring, either in tags, multi-man, etc. And that was a little bit of that. This was also Kyle Fletcher's first appearance on Honor Club, dating back to episode 59, which aired on April 11th. So it's been a little over a month since we saw Kyle Fletcher on Honor Club. So it's good to see him back. It would be nice. I would kind of like to see him back in an actual television title match. He has not defended the TV title since Super Card of Honor back in early April, but when he defeated a great match that they had on pay-per-view. So that was a little bit of what happened there. This was pretty impressive stuff, especially given that in his mid 40s, he's right in that neighborhood.
What I
And yes,
miss?
I was rolling on and talking the entire time you were gone, so I just filled that just without pause, without cease.
Sorry, I heard something in the other
The
room fall,
Kyle
and
Fletcher in
I
with
had
somebody
to.
who's more of a veteran presence, like like Mentalo is. We we got that when he and
Oh no. Oh no. We're frozen.
I've been talking for probably about the last 5 minutes, and I'm not sure how much of it actually was able to be heard by anyone. So super right now.
Let it go. Let it go. Kyle, this is so fun. Because there's nothing we can do.
You and I have radically different definitions of fun.
Please clip that. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. All right, this was a great opening match. How about it? I really enjoyed it. I liked that they were talking about Kenny Omega because Kenny Omega is part of Ring of Honor history, but also he is near and dear to our hearts, right? He is that space that's filled right near the crack. He just fills the void. And Mentalo being a former foe, a former opponent of Kenny Omega, and now they're positioning Kyle Fletcher into some sort of void that Kenny Omega has left, right? He can do it on Ring of Honor. Will Ospreay can do it on Dynamite. I don't know how well it's going to translate if Kyle Fletcher. I just feel like he's like a bad guy, but he's like half of a bad guy. You know what I mean? Like, it's how I think akin to like when Buddy Matthews, when he was Buddy Murphy in 205 Live. And if you watched week after week of 205 Live, you knew that he was a dickish heel, right? He was a bad guy. But the moment they would come on pay-per-view, he always played the face. And I always thought it was so strange. Like, what? You're not rewarding WWE, not rewarding their niche audience? Never. But
shocking.
that's what I liken Kyle Fletcher to, of like, he's kind of a dick. Like, he's a dick. And he has your TV title?
You can't trust Kyle's.
Oh no. Oh no. Kyle's in the mud. Kyle's in the mud.
My internet connection certainly is.
Well, maybe you should get fiber optic internet.
I feel like I feel like that might be a call I have to make in the next week or so.
Yeah, sorry. I just realized the biggest faux pas of podcasting is chewing on ice and chewing gum. And I just chewed on ice because that's what I do during the day.
Well, it was nice having a show. I guess we're canceled now.
Yep, cancel. Bye.
Good night, everybody.
I finally have my co-host back, and we're
now you've done it. There we go, Bobby. Bringing in the local information. One of Mentalo's trainers was Vance Nevada, who last year released a book called Uncontrolled Chaos and his statistics about pro wrestling here in Canada. I might need to that sounds like
Like numbers?
That sounds like something that would be right in my wheelhouse.
Are there pictures? I sound like an idiot. Oh my gosh.
I hope so.
Oh. Oh, I like that. That's really cool.
So what else have I got here? Nope, everyone's going to hell again.
All right. But I think it was a very good match. I think starting off with two wrestlers that can go, trade moves for each other, get some near falls. There was a beautiful moonsault onto the floor. This Mentalo guy, to my knowledge, not many people know of him. So he's making the most of the time that is given to him. So Kyle Fletcher had his work cut out for him. He chose his specific moment. He hit his spinning kick right into a dragon suplex. And your last near fall. You could hear the crowd. Oh my God. Oh my God. And Kyle knew that he had to use that pile driver, right? And he hit the pile driver, and that's it. 1, 2, 3. There's no ground left to prove. Are you back, Kyle? He's smiling. And Frozen, still, listen, I need all the ups in the chat. I need all the likes here because it is just a smile here. It is just a smile. I'm just going to talk to myself. So if you like talking to yourself podcasts, Kyle isn't really here. Kyle is just
This I'm not sure how it's any different than the last 2 months.
So it's very like have you ever seen Star Wars?
Yeah, I think I have a time or two.
The message.
This really obscure movie that I'm not sure if you've heard of it or not.
But you know how in R2D2 he has this little like thing blocked or whatever, and it's just Princess Leia going, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're our only hope. And on repeat. Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope. But that's kind of how I feel here. Is that
well, we're gonna limp through this as best we can, and I will do my best to have something better in line for next week.
Listen, Bobby, I have to tell you, I work with people that have never seen Star Wars. So on Star Wars Day, May the 4th, I was like, May the 4th be with you. And they were like, what? Bunch of losers.
So they clearly weren't getting Revenge of the 5th the next day.
Oh my God. What? Revenge of the 5th? What is this show today? What is this?
I feel like this is kind of on brand. I mean, that's
fair. That's fair. Speaking of on brand, do you drink Dr. Pepper?
I didn't until recently, but yeah, somewhat.
Creamy coconut. We'll see.
I have friends that are big fans. I'm not personally a big coconut person, so
you don't strike me as someone who would have like coconut scented anything.
Well,
is that a fair assessment?
It absolutely is.
Do you have a scent that you like?
Not really. Nothing really immediately springs to mind.
Nice.
My wife refers to me as sandalwood.
Sandalwood. That's a good scent. That's it.
It's
just sandalwood.
Because it's just a step up from beige. This is who I am as a person.
Oh my gosh. Well, I always get like florally scented things from people that don't know me. And I'm like, what about me is a floral scented thing? I am citrus. I am spicy. I am like the wallflower in this office is whiskey and coffee. Like it's just spicy and fun. But you know what? I learned so much about you, Sandalwood.
I feel like that makes it a lot of fun when I actually get to go on stage and like put on an accent and do this crazy stuff and like it.
You get to be whoever you want.
I do. It's a lot of fun.
Well, speaking of being yourself, we get the Dark Order on our television. That was the worst. That's the worst transition.
Hey, you know what? It's somebody's got to keep this runaway train somewhere in the vicinity of the rails.
Oh my gosh. Well, the Dark Order, Evil Uno and John Silver versus a returning Jay Lethal tagging with Satnam Singh. How tall is Satnam? Is he 7 foot?
They claim 7 foot. Yes.
That's really tall.
When he played, he was listed at 7'2".
And he played basketball?
Yes, he was drafted by the Dallas Mavericks with the 52nd overall pick of the 2015 NBA draft.
2015? That was almost 10 years ago.
Yes, it was. Not like 5 years ago, like we want to believe.
Yeah, I think it's 5 years ago, actually. When somebody asks you how old you are, what do you say? Do you say exactly how old you are?
Yeah. Again, I have the male privilege of aging. Me basically means that you get like you get more distinguished. It is 100% male privilege, and I will absolutely take advantage of it. No shame.
Do you have like a mental age? Like, do you feel like you stopped? Like you still feel like you're X amount of age?
I have perpetually felt like I still feel like I am in my early to mid 20s and I am just faking being a grown up. 100%.
I definitely still feel like 22, definitely like 22, 23. And when people ask me how old I am, I instinctively have to think about it. I think for a long time, though, I still told people I was 29. Like I was just well in the pandemic going, I'm 29.
Oh, that's a.
I also have a shirt that says I'm a 30-year-old teenager.
To be fair, I would buy you at 29. I would absolutely believe it.
Thank you. That's it. Goodbye.
I think I told one of my cast members that I'm sharing a dressing room with. I think I told him at one point that I was actually 41, my actual age. He's like, I would not have bought that. I'm like, well, thank you, but all the grays in my beard and on my temples and wherever else they're cropping up would seek to disagree with you.
Okay, speaking of gray hair, do you see the growth of my grays? You can really see them on the side. Can you see them or no?
I cannot, but then again, it might be better, I might be able to see it better if my monitor wasn't trash and I was actually looking at it full screen.
I'm kind of hoping that my grays make me look smarter because I'm tired of people thinking that I'm a young whippersnapper. What is going on? My dog is having a party over here.
Well, someone should.
Yeah. So yeah, we're talking about another party, the Dark Order party.
Yeah, let's go with it. This was Satnam's first ever match in ROH.
Okay. And of course commentary had to remind us that Jay Lethal is the longest reigning champion, main champion or television champion.
He is now no longer the longest reigning world television champion. Samoa Joe passed him for that. But I believe Lethal had the most combined days as champion.
During the era in which it was just plain hot potato with people, correct?
Yes. Because Lethal's original TV title run, I want to say, was 567 days. And during the course of that, he won the world title from Jay Briscoe in a title versus title match. I want to say it was at a Super Card of Honor, if I'm not completely mistaken.
You're probably right.
and actually wound up losing the TV title to Roderick Strong in Kalamazoo, in my hometown, in a show that oddly enough I don't think I was actually there for.
Oh, you weren't there for that? That's strange. I feel like your body got snatched.
No, that was still a point when I was working in second shift in the newsroom, and I couldn't get that night off.
Wow. What a lifetime ago. Do you feel different than then?
I feel older. I have pain in several more joints than I had at that point.
Yeah. Well,
this was Satnam's first match in ROH. It was his first match in AEW, even in AEW, since the Revolution 0 Hour, and even that he was part of a 12-man tag. So Satnam hasn't exactly been logging a lot of ring time either.
Do you feel that he's being used as more of a... Do you think that they're going to do any sort of singles push on him, or are they just using him as muscle for the time being?
It feels like he's just kind of there to be a heavy, to be a heater for Jay Lethal, which is fine, I guess. He is only 28.
Fine, I guess. 28?
Yeah.
28?
According to everything I can find on him, yeah, he's only 28.
I feel like I look younger than him. But I'm also not 7 foot, so...
You are not. This is true.
It's too bad.
I mean, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. I've never actually met you. You could be 7 foot.
No. Gotta start growing the legs now. I gotta grow a whole foot.
I've never been out to the West Coast. I wouldn't know.
One day. You know what? What do you think of the announcement that a bunch of Collision tapings and Death Before Honor is just gonna be in Arlington, Texas?
Yeah, that is also right around the time of my wedding anniversary, and I don't think that it's very feasible that I'm going to convince the wife to either let me go or to take a trip with me to Texas to see wrestling. I don't think she's going to be fully on board with that, and I can't say that I blame her.
Who wants to go to Texas in July? I want to know. Is that like an attraction? See, here's the thing. I've been to Denton, Texas. I've been to Houston, Texas. I might have gone to Dallas, Texas as a child, because my mom is from Texas. But other than that, what is out in Texas?
I mean,
These are Auntie Collins
apologies to any of my friends and or any of our viewers that are in Texas.
No, I mean to offend you. I mean to offend you, people from Texas. What is in Texas? Why is it so big?
Okay, so what did you major in, by the way?
English?
I'm just curious.
Oh, you want to know
my degree is in PR. So my degree is in public relations. So I'm the one who's saying, hey, now let's apologize to our friends in Texas. And you're saying, no, F Texas.
I didn't say F Texas. I didn't say F Texas.
Those were not
my words.
No, you did not. But you
roll the tape. I'm sorry. What is the show?
I don't know. Should we just go back to my not having an internet connection and you just riffing for the next hour and a half?
I'm just having so much fun, aren't you?
I am. I'm measuring how much fun we're having by how many times I see Bobby put his head in his hands in the preview window.
It's so much fun. We're having so much fun. There are going to be so many clips from this episode. So many clips.
It should be great. But yes, I will. I'm gonna steer us back to wrestling. I'm gonna try and get us back there. Okay. I spent a decent chunk of this match actually looking up, trying to think of ROH's history of big men. Satnam is easily the tallest.
Okay.
At 7'2" or 7'4" or whatever he is, but they list him at only around between 300 and I saw at one point him listed at around 400 pounds. I think now he's currently listed closer to 3 and change, but even still, just 300 pounders in ROH history. You've got the recent team of the Bouncers with the Beer City Bruiser and Brian Malonis. You had Abyss, who was in ROH briefly when Prince Nana brought him in as a hired gun for the embassy. You had Bison Smith, who was not over 300, the late Bison Smith, but it was close to it. He was a legend in Japan, came over in the late 2000s. You had Brody Lee, who had a cup of coffee in ROH. He was part of the Age of the Fall for a little while. Keith Lee and Shane Taylor. Like, you've had some guys with some size in the history of the promotion, but when you combine height, weight, Satnam is probably as big as it's ever gotten. And that, however, did not stop Johnny Hungy from doing his thing.
Yeah, I absolutely love Johnny Hungy. One of the dark matches last night at AEW was included the Dark Order. The comedy spots, and they mentioned Muggsy Bogues during the match, which I love Muggsy Bogues.
With Manute Bol.
Yeah, with Manute Bol. I forgot. Yeah, Manute Bol. But I love that commentary was like, Satnam Singh's got to be 300 pounds, got a whole 100 pounds on Johnny Hungy. And I was like, are we billing John Silver as 200 pounds now?
Possibly.
Is he 200 pounds? I mean, he's got muscles, but he's a little guy.
I see him listed at 178, so he's just a shard shy of. Oh wait, nobody's gonna get that reference. Okay, never mind.
What is a shard? Like a glass shard?
John Silver competed under a mask in Chikara as a member of the Gekido faction as the Shard.
The Shard?
Yes, because he was sort of an evil counterpart to Jigsaw.
Oh my god. Wrestlers are sickos.
Yeah, and I I started to make that reference, and I went, I'm the only one who's going to get that.
Yeah, you are. You're the only person on this planet who would ever get that. Kyle Sparks.
And
Oh
for
God.
some reason, y'all missed me.
Yeah, we did. We did. Put it in the chat.
Make it make sense. Make it make sense.
Oh my goodness.
But loved this. Loved John Silver. Exactly. Loved John Silver going for the test of strength, and with his hand fully extended, it still did not reach above Satnam's head. And if you go back and rewatch it, if you didn't see it the first time through, go back and rewatch it and watch Aubrey Edwards' face in the background when John Silver went for the test of strength on Satnam Singh.
Oh.
Her face was, what in the hell do you think you're doing?
I feel like that would be my life.
Terrible idea.
That would be my life as a wrestler, is just looking at wrestlers going, what in the absolute fuckery hell is this? You know? They're just a bunch of sickos trying to entertain us.
There it is. We've gone we've gone over 45 minutes with our first F-bomb. We're officially on a Ramble After Dark.
Oh wait, you said
no,
F
I didn't say
Texas.
I censored.
F Texas. Sorry, brain. I have a working noggin today. Listen to my sweatshirt.
Yes.
I'm tired.
Sorry, I'm repping Chris Hero.
Oh, what a gem of a human!
Also,
what a gem.
Yes. And we'll but this was Jay Lethal gets the pin on John Silver after the lethal injection. If Jay Lethal isn't going to be a thing that much in AEW at this point, and let him go to ROH. Let him be a thing here. He is.
I'll tell you, I've never been on the Jay Lethal train. Not in TNA, not in Ring of Honor. There's just something about him that I don't like.
He's not my favorite per se, but he's a perfectly he's good in ring. He can work face or heel.
Right.
He's got credibility as a multi-time ROH world champion.
Right.
Like, there's no if he's not seeing use on AEW proper, there's no reason to not give him an extended run here in ROH.
That is understandable. I just, I'm just confused where they're gonna put Satnam, if they're gonna push him, or if this is actually going to be a tag team, or are we just waiting until Jeff Jarrett comes back?
I genuinely have no idea. Like, Satnam was signed by AEW in September of 2021, so he's coming up on 3 years with the company at this point. I genuinely don't know what's happening. I'm assuming he's continuing to get work behind the scenes, but at some point that feels like a go ahead or don't kind of move. Like, what plans do you have for him?
Yeah, what plans do you, if he wasn't going to be pushed to the moon, so to speak? I just don't think he's ready, and the caliber of talent that's in Ring of Honor and ROH, I don't think he could stand a chance being a single star. So being a utility player, a muscle for somebody else's is probably where he lies. That's a great song.
There's actually, yes, there you go. That's I there's part of me when I think about this that goes back to how Mark Henry was signed by WWE and made his debut in September of 1996. But outside of a few half-hearted pushes here and there, never really did anything significant of note until the Hall of Pain run in 2007, 2008, 2009.
What? That's like 15 years.
His first match with WWE was September of 1996. His first World Heavyweight Championship was right around 2011. Yeah. Mark Henry floated around for a good 15 years before he hit that Hall of Pain run and really everything clicked. I mean, he had won the European title. He had won other things. He'd been in tag teams. He'd done a lot of this and that and the other, but it was, but they kept him around, and let's see, Mark was yes. Yeah. I got to hand it to you. It was pretty rough.
Well, speaking of pretty rough, backstage after this match, after Lethal, do we need to talk about? I'm sorry, I should have asked. Do we need to talk about this match anymore?
There wasn't much to it. It was a comedy match, and it was a thing that happened.
It was perfectly plucked right after action. It's like, hey, stay for the fun. Come for the action, stay for the fun, you know? But yeah, it was as much substance as a candy cane, you know? It's not much. It's there for sugar, and it's there to, yeah, I love sugar. It's so great. Did you ever do that as a kid? You just have a bunch of sugar, and then you're like, whoa, you know?
Yes, because I was a kid.
Yeah, kids do that. But speaking of backstage, the Iron Savages. This is my favorite promo of the night, I have to say. Mostly because they said Titty City.
See, Auntie, Auntie's easy to please. Give her some violence. Give Auntie some violence. Give Auntie a little bit of, and then
that's perfect. It's perfect. Yeah. Give me a dumb pun. I love it. I will eat that up for an hour.
Okay, that's why you missed me. I got it now. Okay.
That's it. I just missed Kyle for the puns. That's all I use you for. But backstage we did have the Iron Savages for a promo. They are the three of the biggest, baddest, tittiest athletes in ROH. And they just keep losing. They are the most massive. They are peak male performance.
No more stepping stone savages.
They're not stepping stone savages. They're going to keep working themselves, sipping the sauce, living hoss, and taking everyone to Titty City. I need a Titty City shirt.
I'm sure you could. I'm sure that. Good luck. See, here's how we differ. That Auntie is over here telling everybody how they need a Titty City shirt. Well, I'm over here about to make a reference to the Monkees because they're not your stepping stone.
I don't know what that means. Who are the Monkees?
They were They were a band that was put together for a TV show in the mid '70s that were basically a boy band type of an outfit, except
Ooh.
not boy band in the sense that you would think of it. They were still a rock band basically, but it was a they were essentially cast to be a band in a TV show about a band, and then they eventually became a band themselves. For a while, they did have a couple albums that outsold the Beatles for a week or two in the United States, but they were also
What?
This was in the late 1960s. Monkees. We're gonna watch Auntie learn in real time. This is gonna be super fun.
They look like they have hair. There's a lot of hair and teeth.
It was the mid to late 1960s.
We're watching me learn in real time. This is so great. Oh, now they're old. They're old.
Yes, again, they were a band in the mid to late 1960s.
That was 40 years ago, right?
That was 60 years ago.
My husband and I had this conversation last night. No, yeah. So the Rolling Stones were playing in the same. I'm sorry. The Rolling Stones were playing at the same time as Dynamite. So I was like, oh, my mom and my aunt and uncle are going to the Rolling Stones, and my mom and my husband goes, they were a band in the 60s. I'm like, yeah, 40 years ago. That's not 40 years ago. It was 60 years ago. And these guys are in their 80s. In their 80s.
Yeah.
Playing arenas, stadiums.
Yeah. Keith Richards is so full of drugs and preservatives, he will never die.
There probably is like such a benefit to how many drugs Keith Richards and Mick Jagger.
Keith Richards.
What?
There you go.
He would have done less drugs. Oh no.
So anyway, we rattle off in our separate directions with Auntie wanting her Titty City shirt and me making reference to the Monkees, who Auntie has never heard of.
Never heard of. I've probably heard a song, maybe.
They had a #1 album in 1967, but then it was stayed at #1 for all of about 2 weeks before the Beatles dropped Sgt. Pepper, and then there went that.
Okay, but they're like the Monkees is very similar to the Bang Bang Gangs. Because the Monkees is in the shape of a guitar and the Bang Bang Gang is in the shape of fingers.
Okay, that's a thing that I hadn't considered, but yes, those things.
Oh, did I just connect the dots here?
I mean, you connected 2 dots. I'm not sure they were on the same piece of paper.
I've solved the puzzle, Pat Sajak.
You have made 2 puzzle pieces fit together. I'm not sure they're from the same puzzle.
I'm rich. Okay, this has sugar in it, man. This is what happens when I don't drink sugar.
Isn't it a soda? Is that part of surprise?
I just wanted it so that I could stay awake, and here I'm acting like a fool. Oh my gosh.
Poor Bobby's going to be going through trying to clip this episode, and he's going to be like, what the hell is any of this? None of this makes sense.
Auntie Collins is hyped up on caffeine and sugar, and Kyle's internet wants to be his 13th reason. Oh, that was dark. Sorry.
Well, it is on a Ramble After Dark. It's okay.
Do you like the Iron Savages?
I do. I think they're a fun act. I'm interested to see what happens to them if they go a little bit more serious, because we don't really have a. Oh boy, Bobby says he's already got lots of clips written in his notes already. It's going to be a fun week on the. Make sure you follow our local establishment on YouTube. Check all the shorts that are going to be coming out. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and if you don't,
no,
I
do.
Gonna get you.
Bang, with Bang Bang. I do like the Iron Savages. I think it's going to be interesting to see. They don't really have that monster tag team, that monster heel team.
Yeah.
And because I don't really believe the Righteous qualify that way, but they're in the ballpark.
Mm-hmm.
But the Iron Savages are just bring a different dynamic. And if you're going to run, if I'm going to put my fantasy booking hat on, and we're still going to go with the infantry taking the titles from the Undisputed Kingdom at Super Card of Honor,
mm-hmm.
then, or Death Before Dishonor, sorry, then you still want to run that 2.0 feud with the Undisputed Kingdom in the meantime. The Iron Savages would be a fun matchup for the infantry in the meantime.
Planned matches? Planned feuds?
In my ROH?
In this economy?
In my ROH, absolutely yes.
Oh, amen.
I think you. But yes, this was fun. We'll see where it goes. Well, I think you got to give them a few wins at least before you feed them to an up and coming team. But
do we need to feed them anymore? Are they not fully baked?
I mean, you got to have. I feel like you should probably take some sort of food with the Savage sauce. I feel like taking that on an empty stomach is probably a bad idea.
It's probably not a good idea. Oh my God. Well, you know what isn't a good idea? Anna Jay versus Tara Zep. Have you ever seen Tara Zep?
I haven't gotten a chance to yet. No, and I have in my notes that I was very excited to see more of Tara Zep, because I'd heard really great things from people that I like and people that I trust on social media. And I was like, oh, this is going to be, and it's over.
And it's over. She is a deathmatch queen. Like, yeah. Lately, all she does is post pictures of herself in blood. And it's like, you want more? And it's carrying all these title belts. I'm like, okay. I saw her work at Defy a couple months ago, and she was in a Sailor Moon, but spooky outfit. And that's how I knew I loved her.
I mean, in the spirit of full disclosure, I'm not really a deathmatch guy. I've never been super into it. I just haven't. I grew up watching ROH. I'm more of a pure technical wrestling kind of fan. I can appreciate what they do. I am amazed by what they do. If you're a fan of it, that's friggin' awesome. If you love it, that's amazing. Not so much for me. But I'm also not going to go out and trash it because it's not my favorite thing, because it's somebody else's favorite thing and they deserve respect too.
I have such a respect for deathmatch wrestling, but here's the problem, right? Anybody can attempt it, just like anybody can attempt technical wrestling, but there are few who make it entertaining and not just, am I watching two people just try to murder each other? Because I don't want to watch people
that
I love Eddie
that that
Kingston
that
matches, so I don't
that
know.
that line between wrestling match and snuff film starts to get really, really
Yeah,
narrow all of a sudden.
a little bit. A little bit. I mean, one of my favorite Eddie Kingston matches is one of his matches with Ishii, and I think I watched both of those guys die during that match,
Yeah.
but there wasn't much death here. I
No.
wanted to
Well,
see more of Terazep, but we are progressing the Anna J on ROH. What do you feel about that?
hey, I'm down with it. ROH's women's division is clicking. They have a. I'd like to see more out of Billy, but that said, uh, fresh challengers for both belts, please.
Yeah,
Cycle them in. Let's go.
I think that's a thing. I really want to see Anna J do, I don't know, just a tour, I guess, of Japan and in Stardom, because I feel like Anna J would truly blossom in that capacity. I don't know how or when or what, but seeing Anna J just, I don't know, she's like I think her and Sky Blue have kind of become the workhorse women, so to speak, on all of AEW and ROH shows as of late. They want to bring someone in, they want to showcase somebody else, they want to progress a further storyline. These are the female wrestlers that are put in that spot, and I don't know, I'm a shit or get off the pot kind of person, so I'm ready to see, you know, I'm ready to see some more action. Like, I want to see a longer match from Anna J and not just these random squashers where she is either
Yes.
squashing or being the squashed. So, I
Well,
don't know.
there's some talk that that Anna might be in line for a run at Stardom. There was some talk with her involvement with Azumi that she might be interested, that she might be being considered as a member of Queen's Quest.
Ooh,
I mean,
that would be kind of perfect for her.
this is just, of course, coming from like just chatter online and people fantasy booking things, but I feel like at one point there was talk of Azumi talking about wanting to have add a new member, and then she happened to be hooking up with Anna J on TV, and then it kind
Yeah,
of became a thing there. But yeah, that it'd be a lot of fun.
I'm down. Uh, I did enjoy how they went straight from this into another women's match. Women's match that I was 70-30 on the booking. But I got to see Rachel Ellering on my Ring of Honor television.
Rachel's first match on ROH since a loss to Hikaru Shida on March 21st in the Build the Supercard.
Interesting.
Okay. The note I have for this match is, well, this one sort of made the rounds on the internet this past week, didn't it?
Yeah. Oh, this is the match that the loser.
Yeah, in Edmonton. Yeah.
It
was that match.
That started off all those conversations that I didn't want to be a part of.
Yes.
I want to be a part of those conversations. Here's my problem is that people just assume that because well, I'm female presenting in the wrestling business. What are your thoughts? You know what thoughts I have? Shut the fuck up, dude. Just shut the fuck up. What you want me to say that about your mom? You want me to hurt your feelings? No, stop it. Get some help.
No, I find these people are already more or less dead inside, and pretty much any insult you throw their way isn't going to actually do anything or land.
Listen, I want to hurt their feelings. I do. I want to hurt their feelings. I want to ruin their relationship with their parents. Take that at what you will. But seriously, who the fuck says that shit? Sorry about all the swears. But yes, if you don't know what we're talking about, it's okay. But I love these women. I think that they're fantastic. I love seeing them in the ring and out of the ring, and they should be protected from losers.
I wanted Rachel to be the first television champion. I wanted her to win the tournament.
I wanted to see Rachel Ellering win everything. I want her to have every belt, even the pure title, because where's that? We don't know where the pure title is. It's still gone. And Fightful told me that Yuta has concussions. Well, you know what? You know who doesn't have a concussion? Rachel Ellering. Give her the pure. I'm so just being a numpty right now, but seriously, I love that idea. I was just being a numpty, and now I'm like, wow, that would be really cool if Rachel Ellering.
The more I think about it, the more I'm actually the more I think about it, the more I'm actually super intrigued by the idea of a pure title as being competed for in both ways. Yeah,
I know, right?
It's supposed to be about pure chain wrestling anyway. You could absolutely do that.
I love that. Well, oops, but oh.
So congratulations on raging into an amazing idea.
Tony Khan, book it. Thank you. Give that to Rachel Ellering. I just think that Rachel and Blue, just Blue. Sky Blue. I think that I don't know why I was like Blue. That's just my mind. I think they have great chemistry together. I want to see them go longer, but I get that it's Ring of Honor. We can't have them go fast and hard and go for a long time here. But I liked seeing Rachel Ellering's strength be an advantage over Sky Blue. And I liked seeing how Sky had to counter that, so to speak, taking a lot of protecting against, certain bigger moves, being able to withstand some of these, headlocks and arm drags and all the things that could really knock someone smaller on their ass for a little bit. There was a moment where she got like dropped on her head, and there's really no way to block that, which I thought was a great job on Rachel Ellering's part for seeing that hole and performing this with a beautiful pile driver kind of thing. I don't know what it is. I don't know ring name or move sometimes. I just really liked it. I am a little bit shocked that Rachel didn't get the win after putting in all of that effort. But then we are perpetuating a story of Sky Blue being living on the legacy of Julia Hart while she is out with injury. So,
well, I think you're also looking at the story that we're continuing to tell, and we referenced on commentary with Maria as well. Of you didn't want my help, and you didn't think you needed my help, and you didn't think you needed me in your corner, and now look at you. And yeah, I think we're going to continue to see that story unfold before Rachel and presumably Layla Hirsch are able to turn the corner on that and turn that into something positive and to continue to grow from that.
I just want them to, okay, if we're going to do that, let's go. Like, let's get a little bit more momentum going forward. We have a show in July. So what, 2 months? I know that we don't want to burn too quick and then fizzle out, but what are we building to? Like, we see it on the horizon, but is it a mirage?
Well, to be Well, to be fair, the most 85% of the card is going to be put together on July 12th and the 19th. So.
That's the TonyCon special. Da, 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 da.
I try so hard to be positive, and yet here we go.
You can shit talk. This is a safe space.
But I like being positive. I want to be positive about this company. I really do. This has been my favorite promotion for literally 2 decades.
That's fair. That's fair. For 2 decades. Oh, a decade is 10 years. Oh. What's 50 years? Is there one for 50 years? I can't remember.
Not that I'm aware of. A half century?
Century. Thank you. That's 100 years, right?
It is.
And the millennium is 1,000.
See, this is like when I was helping my daughter with her math homework earlier tonight.
I have 2 bachelor's degrees, and I'm over here doing simple math.
Next week on Honor Ramble, we're going to do Roman numerals.
Oh, no. Those are going to cook my ass. The Roman numeral for 100? C? Why is it C?
Century.
Oh.
I'm not sure. I
Wow. I couldn't have thought of that. You know what XL is?
Yeah, that's 40.
40. I know that because of WrestleMania. I need to be put to bed.
That's okay. We're going to keep rolling.
This is the wildest episode ever.
Hope everybody's having fun in the chat.
Come for the wrestles, stay for the fun.
This was so yeah, Sky Blue got the win.
Episode.
No, we're about halfway. Maybe a little bit more.
All right. Oh wow, I'm learning now.
It's true.
Oh, that's a lot. I feel like somebody's teaching me algebra right now, and I'm just going, that's nice. Thanks for the education. Oh. I have 2 bachelor's degrees. I pay for them. I know how much this education costs. Oh, Kyle, so, I'm sorry.
Sky Blue picks up the win after Code Blue. 6.5 minutes. I think they could go longer, but this was perfectly solid. It was a very good match. I will continue to be a major Rachel Ellering fan. I love her combination of power and technical acumen. I think it's a great combination that you don't see often in that division. Yeah. Or that you don't see often even in the men's division. You just don't see power-based guys that are strong on the mat, like in the way that Rachel is. And I love that combination for her. And
absolutely.
I think she's somebody that at any point you could heat up and send after either belt, and it would absolutely work.
That's how I said. She gets to take all the belts, every belt, all of them. Here you go.
Rachel of Honor.
Rachel of Honor. Rachel of Honor. Rachel of Honor. Rachel of Honor. See? I'm gonna tell her. I'm gonna tweet her. Give her all the belts.
All right.
Rachel of Honor.
I'm good. I'm gonna take a little bit of credit for that though. That was good stuff.
You're welcome.
There you go. We go backstage. Unless there's anything else that you had in this match?
No, I didn't have anything else. It wasn't long enough. So
No.
the fact that it was
Uh,
6 minutes I thought it would be shorter than that.
We go backstage to Angelico and Serpentico. Angelico describes the last few months as a nightmare from which you can't wake up. And in a heartwarming display of friendship, Angelico gets upset for Serpentico, telling him that they hurt you and that hurts me. Because, damn it, friendship is still here. Friendship still exists. And that makes me happy. We also add that Angelico adds, this is not over, and it's about to get ugly. I resisted the urge to make a snarky comment about how the ugly part is that this is not over yet. Well, I just did it now anyway, feud. So that's fine.
Okay, so this last Friday I saw Serpentico at an indie show, which, funny enough, so there's an indie wrestler locally here who goes by the name Pitfall Jones that has an Indiana Jones gimmick. And what does Indiana Jones fear? Snakes.
Why'd it have to be snakes?
Why'd it have to be snakes? So that's where the Snake Man came in. It was a very exciting match. There were rubber snakes in the audience. And one hit me square in the mouth. So that's fun.
Well, no, I'm not gonna make that joke because it's gonna show my age all over again.
Age?
We're going with Pitfall Jones when Pitfall Harry or Pitfall Larry were right there.
Who's Pitfall Larry and Harry?
Pitfall Harry was the main character in the video game Pitfall for the Atari 2600. And Pitfall Larry was a character that showed up for Super Pitfall that was ported to the Nintendo Entertainment System in the mid to late 80s.
That's a lot.
They were characters from video games roughly 40 years ago. Because this is who I am as a person.
This is who you are as a person. Kyle, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Kyle. Everybody, a round of applause.
It's okay. If we get a heavy outcry in the chat, I'll just resign from the show so you can stop listening to this stupid nonsense.
I started this show saying that The Sims 4 was better than Final Fantasy 7, so never forget. Never forget. Anyways, I did tell Serpentico
another match
that I want him to get his mask back sooner rather than later. And I gave him a wink. So,
spot on. I agree. because we need this feud to end so we can get the Pure title back and I can go back on my Angelico for Pure division bullshit.
Where is I just need to see it. Is it still alive? Is the Pure Championship still alive?
Can we take a picture of the Pure title belt next to a newspaper, please?
Oh, I miss it.
I just want proof of life.
Tell it I love it and have it come back.
We need the Pure title on a milk carton.
Yeah. We've already had Ricky Starks on a milk carton, so
but moving on. Oh no. We're on it already.
It's coming. It's coming. This is the best show ever. This really is. You're missing out if you aren't watching this show. So
if you watch it on replay, that's still close enough. You're still getting the
you can watch nonsense. Us on 1.5 speed and we just might sound insane. But look, you can listen to it 1.5 times faster.
I know people who listen to audiobooks like that, and I can't. I can't. I've tried. I can't.
That sounds like my brain would be processing words too quickly, and I would get really confused. But
I've heard 1.5, 1.7. I've even seen people who've listened to audiobooks on 2.0, like at double speed. Like,
it depends. It depends. If it's a book that is narrated by someone who speaks like this, and you're like, okay, get to the point, man, you know? But
now I kind of wonder if you watch like
this is incredible! My life is complete.
That's it. We've run our course as a show. Now no, we don't need to do anything else anymore.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes. Oh my god.
I was killing time for a little bit to until that got done, and now I am so giddy over that, and now I don't remember what I was talking about. I saw that, and everything just got pushed out of my brain.
Incredible.
Everything just shut down in here. I'm gonna need a second to reboot, but.
Okay, while Kyle needs a second, just remember to like, share, subscribe. We have lots of other shows that are live here on the channel. Put that little notification bell, and you won't miss a single bit of fun.
And this is fun. This is good stuff. The best. Everything is the best.
I think I've cried off all of my eye makeup so far today.
It was something about I'm back to it now, because we were talking about listening to audiobooks at 1.5 to 2 times speed, and you compared it to someone who speaks very slowly and quietly, and then my brain went, if you listen to an ASMR video at 2.0 speed, does it have the same effect or not?
Oh no. Let's do an experiment, shall we?
This feels like a bad idea, but I will follow you, so go ahead.
This feels like a bad idea. This just sounds ironic. I'm so sorry. I can't do this. Do you want me to speak where you can hear my voice? This is too personal.
No, this is getting deeply uncomfortable.
This is too intimate. I'm uncomfortable.
You are a very good friend, and this is feeling deeply uncomfortable at this point.
Well, I made it weird for everyone.
We're equal opportunity here on the Ramble. We make it awkward and weird for everyone.
Oh my gosh. Well,
and we're gonna go back. We're gonna have somebody go back and see if we get a spike in viewership at that point in the video. We're gonna see a real spike on the timeline right there. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh
So hey, we had a tag team match after this.
my gosh, wrestling?
There was wrestling.
How long was this match, Kyle?
Action Andretti and Darius Martin against John Cruz and Canadian independent legend Levi Knight. Yeah, I had the clock. I had the clock at 7:45.
All night, Levi Knight.
It did indeed say all night on his trunks, on his gear. So
all night long.
And my first note for this. Actually, no, that's not true. Oh yes, it is. That is my hailing from the best nightclub in Regina, Saskatchewan.
Regina?
Yeah,
it's Regina.
I think we're gonna have some more Canadian. It's the city that runs fun.
It's a city that runs with fun. Well, we are there right now, so.
Oh, there we go. Mm-hmm. My first note for this match was, I'm just gonna say it, I'm a little jealous of Levi Knight's mustache.
You know,
I cannot grow facial hair like that.
You know,
and there was I've done different theater productions around town and things like that over the last several years. I had one where the director, who was a friend of mine, insisted that he wanted me, because it was taking place back in the late 50s. He wanted me to shave to just a mustache. My loving and supportive wife took one look at me when I did this, and she told me, and I'm quoting now, you look like you shouldn't be within 500 feet of a school.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
You are not. I don't. The worst part is, I don't think she was wrong.
Oh no.
It was not a good look, but we rolled with it, and we rolled with it, and but in any event, I'm jealous of the young people that can grow good facial hair, because I'm
about ready to, because I don't know, I would be widely accepted with one, but it'd be fun.
I did also have a note here that I found it interesting that they actually build, because it was Action Andretti and Darius Martin, they build the two of them as Top Flight.
Wait a minute. But is Action Andretti technically in Top Flight?
That was.
Yes! Auntie with the Fu Manchu! Yes! You wouldn't mess with me. No one would mess with me. And if you did,
I wouldn't now.
Very good.
But
this is the best episode we've ever had, but it is also the most in the heck?
Utterly chaotic. But no, they build Andretti and Martin as Top Flight, and now I'm wondering if this just means that the whole group is like a faction now, and they're just all called Top Flight, like the Freebirds, or
I don't. Flight, or what were they? What did they call them one time, and then they never called them that again? It was like Action Flight or something. Is that right?
Top Action.
Top Action or something. Yeah.
I don't remember.
And I was like,
there was some weird portmanteau of the two names, and like it didn't
I don't
fly.
like it. It didn't fly. Oh my God. Oop, I have hiccups. That's exactly what we need on this show, is me having hiccups.
I didn't actually even try to make that one happen. It just sort of.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. Being punny over here. But
it was a fun matchup. It was a nice little showcase for Action and Darius. John Cruz and Levi Knight both got some fun offense in. Yeah, I didn't see this going nearly 8 minutes, but
that is strange.
But because I had that as our longest match of the night, actually, at 7:45.
So I feel like it felt shorter than the last match, but it was longer than the last match, which is interesting.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if the lack of perceived competitiveness might have affected that perception.
Perhaps. Sorry, I'm trying to control my hiccups, so I'm not hiccuping.
Gotcha.
in. I got too
Levi
worked
Knight
up.
in late. Thank you to Bobby, our producer. Levi Knight in late 2022 and participated in additional training at the Nightmare Academy. So he must have drove all night to get there.
So now that song's going to get stuck in my head now.
Well, that's okay. That's all right. That'll. Instead, we can either move to the next match and maybe try to.
I want to ask you about the end. So the end sequences where this match, I feel like, took momentum and kind of caught me by surprise, right? So Andretti got the hot tag, and it was after, some battering and bruising. But John Cruz tagged in, and the crowd was like, yeah, for John Cruz. We all know that he's Serpentico, but allegedly.
Next thing you're going to be telling me that next thing you're going to be telling me is that Christopher Daniels was Curry Man.
No. Well, in another universe, Curry Man was also the illustrious Randy Myers at Defy, because they did a whole angle of Randy Myers getting his job back. Anyways, but Andretti getting the hot tag, and I know that Dante is like the more identifiable member of Top Flight because he was on that singles run when Darius was out. But I feel like Action Andretti is kind of becoming like the number 2 in charge. Like the way the crowd responds to Action Andretti compared to Darius is a little interesting. That was just like a little like, oh, the crowd didn't seem as hot for Darius, and he's an actual member of Top Flight. But Action Andretti, the crowd was very much behind him. And even though the ending of this match was a double team against Levi Knight to get that well-earned pin, it kind of struck me as Action Andretti is finally in Top Flight, but then all of a sudden he's more important than Darius. Is that a seed planted, or is that just my conspiracy theory brain going?
I feel like that could just be one crowd's reaction. I did dig the finish though. That sort of double, almost a double pendulum, half Nelson slam.
Yeah. I didn't know what to call it, so I just said double team flip thing. Yeah, that's all I don't say. So double team flippy thing. So.
Each one had sort of an arm. It wasn't a proper pump handle, so we didn't do that. But you did have sort of the lift and into the pendulum swing. I don't know. I'm just kind of putting descriptors together until it seems to jive. So we're gonna roll with it.
Isn't that just what wrestling is? You just put words and phrases together to make noise and moves.
No, I was gonna say no. That first part is just talking. Putting sounds and noises together to make words is just talking.
Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Let me tell you about my my grammar and phonology class. My grammar and phonology class in college. Right. So in order to graduate with an English degree, you had to understand the phonemic value of words and why they sound that way. And guess what? There's no formula to it. It doesn't make sense. So I think I cried every day in that class. So sometimes when I talk, I just think someone thought of this as a thing and just said, that's how it will be. And that's how wrestling is. Someone just did it and said, that's how we do it.
Yeah, basically. Why is it gray?
This is the greatest thing that has ever happened to me. Thank you.
Oh, it's blue. Oh, okay.
Oh my God. What an episode.
Oh my goodness.
We have two matches left.
Two matches to go.
These
two more proving ground matches because we had champions tonight. We had 3 champions in action tonight.
I have a bone to pick with Tony Khan because did he just hear proving ground and go squash match? Did he go
more often than not? Yes.
Oh, proving ground means I could just insert anyone here?
More often than not, yes.
I don't think that's what it means. But
it's not supposed to, but that's what it's come to mean. And
it's like we get it. You're not worthy enough to get a title, but
just one argument at a time at this point. Like
we have a laundry list here.
Otherwise, we're going to start abusing proving ground matches until they become like 4-corner survival. So, but we didn't have any of those this week. So
we haven't had a 4-corner survival match in a while, and it's not that I miss it. It's just I'm suspicious why we haven't had one. You know what I mean? Like you've been using this
because now you're just expecting it around every corner. It's like there could have been one there.
We've used them for what, like 8 weeks. There was just we have another 4-corner survival. Oh, we have another 4-corner survival. Oh, we have another 4-corner survival match. And now that's how we feel about proving ground matches. That's a lot. I'm tired.
Well, nonetheless, the Undisputed Kingdom had a proving ground match against Pure Division legend Jason Geiger and London Lightning. The only reason I'm saying that is because Geiger's last appearance was a proving ground Pure Division match against Wheeler Yuta in December of 2023. which may have been Wheeler's last match on Honor Club. I have to double check that. I know where I hate to keep picking at that particular wound.
You keep picking on pick. Where the heck is the pure championship?
Nevertheless, Geiger had that match, and London Lightning recently had a eliminator match where he lost to Roderick Strong on April 4th. So London's last appearance in ROH was a loss to Evil Uno.
Just a few weeks ago.
Yep. Just a few weeks back. On the ring, we did have a reference to something else because we're actually sort of telling stories in the tag division right now, as Matt Taven says he wants. As Matt Taven says he wants 2 other Canadians.
Who are those 2 other Canadians?
Well, it's 2.0 other Canadians. That was the best I had.
We're getting slap
Taven
happy
says the Undisputed Kingdom wanted 2.0, Daddy Magic Matt Menard, and Cool Hand Angelo Parker to watch what they do to these 2 Canadians in the ring tonight. And they picked up the win with Taven defeating Geiger, with Rockstar Supernova, that powerbomb neckbreaker sort of combination that they do in little over 5 minutes. And they had some fun with this, even mentioning on commentary that the Undisputed Kingdom are not bulletproof when it comes to proving ground matches, because we all remember the Infantry lasting the 10 minutes and earning a title shot. So that was gonna continue to be a talking point there. It looks like that, hey, maybe these guys can be had in this type of circumstance, and that was very much not the case tonight. I don't think anyone was really thinking that a win was coming for for the challengers, but
yeah,
it was perfectly fine. It was nice to see the Kingdom on ROH TV again.
You haven't mentioned the your mom jokes that were happening in the ring.
Yeah,
why were they happening?
That would be.
Do you remember telling people your mom jokes?
I'm just gonna say because Matt Taven.
Did you ever tell your mom joke?
No.
You never said your mom is so fat that she sat on a rainbow and a bunch of Skittles popped out. That's because I was
much fun.
Your mom is so old. She is with dinosaurs. I would be a really bad comedian. Here's why. I tell jokes.
Maybe quit while you're ahead on those.
I would be such a bad comedian. You know why? It's because whenever I tell a joke, I don't know how anyone is going to respond to it. And I don't want people to have a bad time. And I just feel like I'm watching a car accident, but it's my joke. And I'm the only one who laughs. But your mom jokes go hand in hand with Blockbuster, with yo-yos, and 90s fun. Because how did everybody know the same your mom jokes?
I don't remember yo-yos being a 90s thing.
What?
I don't remember yo-yos being a 90s thing, but to be fair, that was 30 years ago.
I mean, to be fair, I didn't watch television. And I had to play outside. I went through a yo-yo phase. for sure. Mine was green. So, unless you wanted to know.
I did.
There are. I'm going to tell you some of your mom jokes. Are you ready?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Let's go for it.
All right. Your mom is so poor, the ducks throw bread at her. That's so dumb. Your mama's cooking is so nasty, the houseflies get together to fix the hole in the window screen.
I'm going to take a second and point out here that Auntie said that she was just going to tell these jokes. She didn't say that they would be good jokes.
Your mama is so short, you can see her feet on her driver's license. If you want to win my love, tell me your mom joke. What is it? I'm not crying. You're crying. I see. But for reals.
We gotta test it out before Sunday.
Oh. Your mama is so poor. Nigerian princes wire her the money. I gotta tell Matt Taven all these your mom jokes. I gotta tell him, because that should just be a bit. That should just be a thing. Everybody is laughing. I know y'all are laughing. I'm not the only one losing my shit over here. Or else. Oh. Well, this was a great match. It was a great show.
It was fun. We have one more match. We have our main event.
One more match.
Because we have Athena, the women's world champion, who has carried this show for 2 years now and continues to do so. Against Nicole Matthews, who has been, oh my goodness, like
she's been everywhere. Everywhere that you've seen a women's wrestler, Nicole Matthews has gone. Yes. She, on her way to Washington to wrestle for Defy 5 years ago now, she got stopped at the border and they told her no entry, deported. So for 5 years, she was not allowed in the United States, which is crazy. It's crazy. And you know why? You know why it happened? Is because she was doing shows for WWE and she let them know, hey, I'm having visa overlap issues. And WWE said, we'll take care of it. Guess what they didn't take care of?
Well, several things, but
yeah. But they didn't take care of her visa issues, and then she got stopped at the border thinking that they had all been sorted out, and they had not been. So stupid. Stupid. And I love that she didn't let that stop her. She kept going, and just the prestige of her name, her work ethic have really stood the test of time. And it is a joy to see her. But what a fantastic proving ground match. This is exactly the kind of proving ground match I would think would happen.
Absolutely. This was tremendous stuff. And it's and to the records that I can find, only Nicole Matthews' third ever match in ROH.
What? They should sign her. She's so good.
Nicole Matthews was the thing in Shimmer for years and years, where she previously had 2 wins over Athena. She did beat Athena in a singles in March of 2012 for Shimmer, and also picked up the win in a 4-way elimination match for the Shimmer title, including then champion cheerleader Melissa, Athena, and Madison Eagles. In case you just needed a checklist of every woman that was just an amazing mainstay of North American women's wrestling.
Yeah, like the best of the best of the best.
She also her 2 previous matches in Ring of Honor were a loss to Layla Hirsch in episode 21 on Honor Club back in July of 2023. And prior to that, her only other appearance in Ring of Honor was a loss to Mischief in October of 2009.
That was a long time ago.
It was
like 4 years ago, right?
Yeah. Let's go with that. I'm good with it. That will make me feel significantly less old to think that 2009 was 4 years ago.
Yeah, same. But what a fantastic match!
This was great stuff. Oh my goodness. Yes.
Tell me your thoughts on this match.
I would like to see him run it back. I would like to see him run it back with a little bit more time. I feel like this would have been one to have the time limit run out. And I'm a little disappointed that we didn't do that. But nevertheless, I'd still be okay with running this back in some capacity, because I think Nicole Matthews has the credibility that we could have done that. I love that you played with her sort of veteran wile, sort of getting the better of Athena in a couple of situations, whereas Athena had a power advantage, probably had a speed advantage, but Nicole Matthews got to run some of the wily veteran techniques and tried, kept herself in the match in that capacity. And I'm just a sucker for that story. And
now, who do you think that Athena is going to drop the belt to then? Are we still going with Queen Aminata?
You could make a very strong argument. Prior to them strapping up Billy Starks with the TV title, I still assumed that was Endgame.
Same.
But now I haven't the foggiest idea. I think you could make an argument for Queen Aminata. I would be a-okay with that plan. I think you could make an argument that Billy Starks you could still make that happen if you wanted it to, if you wanted to complete that story. Or if that's even if that's the story you want to tell. That may not be the story they want to tell at all.
Have we forgotten about Kira Hogan?
I could see Kira Hogan being a thing. She pushed Athena to the limit as far as anybody. Bring back Nyla Rose. I don't know.
We need Nyla for Billy, right? We talked about it last week. I'm going to talk about it again. Why the heck did we build up Nyla to be like, I don't care about Athena. Give me Billy. If we're not actively week after week after week building Billy versus Nyla. Come on.
Well, to be fair, we're not.
Oh, Kimmy, we love you if you're watching this.
By the way, Kimmy sat in with Kate on Fightful's post show tonight. So after you watch this, or if you're on the replay crew, be sure to head over to Fightful's YouTube channel and check that out as well, because we love both of them.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
That said, I have no idea. I have no idea where we're going, but we're gonna have fun getting there either way.
Absolutely.
Athena picked up the win with the O face. Got about 7 minutes, so I'm good with that. And now that you mention Nyla Rose being built up for Billy Starks, to be fair, they're not building anyone up for Billy Starks at this point. It feels
This is correct.
like they're kind of doing a thing where Red Velvet and Queen Aminata are sort of feuding with Athena and Billy, kind of, but
kind of, sort of.
You have all these amazing women. You have the Lady Frosts and the Taya Valkyries and the Rachel Ellerings and the Sky Blues and the Anna Jays and the Abaddons and the Kira Hogans, and we could keep going. And
Diamante and Mercedes Martinez and anyone else.
Yeah.
We have a lot.
I was mostly running out of breath because I really didn't support. My breath support in that sense was terrible. But
come on, Kyle. Oh my gosh!
You know what? It is late. It is late on the East Coast, and I am tired. All right, just
listen. I'm tired, and I'm. It's only 9:20 here, so I get it. But there were a couple of near falls on this main event. It rightfully so was put at the main event. Nicole Matthews has one of those nasty looking Northern Lights suplexes like that of Nicholas Jackson that just makes you wanting them to do a Northern Lights suplex down a football field, which we've seen it. And Anarchy in the Arena. Oh my gosh. But
that was Stadium Stampede, technically.
Oh, Stadium Stampede, right before it was called, when they actually went back into the arena, Stadium Stampede. Gosh, what a fun time we had during the pandemic. But it's a really pretty Northern Lights suplex. It looks like it hurts. But I don't know. I kind of liked seeing Athena get the wind knocked out of her a couple times here. I wonder how long she can maintain this winning streak of 51-0. Are they going to let her go to 100? Do you think?
I just don't think so. I don't know that you can justify getting it that far. But then again, I've been predicting Athena to lose the title since Billy first challenged her. So
absolutely, she should have. She should have lost it there. But...
Although I also predicted her to lose it to Willow too. I think so.
Yeah.
I'm learning my lesson to not count out Athena at this point. Although I did predict Athena over Shida.
Same. But I don't
know. Speaking of challengers, we did have post match. Was there anything else you had on this? I'm sorry, I'm going to jump ahead.
Nope, it was a fantastic match, and you should go watch it. So.
Yes, absolutely. Go out of your way to check it out, or just go get Honor Club, because there's a bunch of other cool stuff on Honor Club that you should be watching anyway. Maybe you'll get some of my archaic nonsense references.
An incentive to watch, I don't know, 20 years of wrestling. Oh my gosh.
But Athena does her usual Athena thing post-match, continues to beat on Nicole, locks in a crossface, only for Queen Aminata to make the save. And Aminata rolls in and just decks Athena with just a straight kick to the side of the head.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was rough.
Now, was that the same? No. The kicks that interluded into, I forget what the match or the move name is, where Billy got injured. That's going to bother me.
I don't believe so.
Okay.
Well,
Well.
Billy's fake injury came from her going for the swanton and
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh
across the
yeah.
knees.
That's right. That's right.
The two of them brawl for a bit, and Aminata scores with that big headbutt of hers as well, and sends Athena to the outside where she's just out.
Hmm.
She lays on the floor and does not move.
As she should.
And Queen Aminata takes a long hard look at the ROH Women's World Title belt laying in the ring before she makes her departure. So it seems pretty clear. At some point, it looks like we're going to get Aminata versus Athena for the title.
Are we ready for that already? What do you think?
I mean, I think it's viable. You had her go deep into the tournament, beat some established names along the way, and had an absolute banger of a tournament final with Billy Starks, where Billy had to like engage in really gross manipulative cheating in order to get the win. So if you go by the old NWA standards of the secondary champion is the de facto number one contender in the absence of a true named contender.
Yeah.
Which was a thing that you'd hear him reference on commentary periodically. They'd say that in the absence of a named number one contender, that the U.S. champion, for instance, would be the de facto number one contender because it'd be the next highest rated person in the promotion.
Oh,
But
radiance. Oh, radiance.
But that
makes sense.
But that's also just a cast off bit of commentary from like the mid 1980s. So what do I know?
What do you know, Kyle? Say everything that you know right now.
Very little of value.
Oh my gosh, what it would be to be in your brain. But yeah.
But that and then Ian signs off, and it's happy wrestling, everybody, and that's our show.
What a fun show, though. Are we going to remember this? Well, here's the thing. For the last 2 weeks, we've had some kind of rough shows, right? What do you remember of them, Kyle? Squasharoni matches?
Yeah,
this
very
actually
little.
felt like it had some sort of story.
A little. I feel like we could have done better in that capacity. I think
Always.
we gave some direction to the Iron Savages, which is good to see. We sort of indirectly, with some comments to the ringside camera, moved forward Undisputed Kingdom versus 2.0.
Right.
We moved forward Athena versus presumably Queen Aminata, which is great to see. Right. We had Rachel Ellering pick up another loss, which is unfortunate, but I think is moving forward the story of her and Layla and Maria. And we learned that the Angelico Serpentico Baby Boys feud must continue.
Despite our personal grief.
I won't go so far as grief. I will say, despite my own personal misgivings.
Misgivings just sounds PR. Too nice. Let me be a hater, Kyle. Let me be a hater.
I'm just skeptical of the continuation of this feud. Therefore, misgivings is probably a correct word for my state of mind. If it's not yours, then so be it.
It is not mine. It is. We've been at this for 3 months. Give him back his freaking mask, you big bullies.
And because I'm the guy with the statistics,
Yay!
Total episode run 102:38. Total ring time 39:01. So 62.3% in ring bell to bell.
Mm-hmm.
Average match time 5 minutes 34 seconds.
Better from last week. Right? Better from last week. Last week was like 4 minutes.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
Yeah, I believe
yeah.
so.
Yeah. Besides for all the proving ground matches, I thought this episode was better.
It was a fun show.
That's it. All right.
I went to open last week's and my computer just completely took a shit. Yes. Last week was 54% ring time. Last week was 54% ring time and a 4:32 average match time.
I can remember things.
This week we're up to 62.3 and 5:34.
Well, what a great episode. We're on the right track, but we've got a lot of ground to cover.
We've got champions appearing, but we still need a pure champion. I'm trying to remember the last time we saw our world champion.
Our world champion is not Eddie Kingston. Still,
it's Mark Briscoe. And it hurts me that that's the case because the Briscoes have been so inextricably linked to ROH for its entire existence. And the Mark has finally won it all, and he disappears. Through, I'm sure, no fault of his own.
All right, chicken, let's go. Let's be on our show, chicken. Come on, chicken.
I mean, at some point, we need to build a world title feud for Death Before Dishonor. And I haven't the faintest idea who that might be.
I don't know.
I've been pulling for Shane Taylor.
He's been making moves. I love it though.
Because I think Shane Taylor has earned a title shot, 2 has earned the right to be ROH world champion.
Mm-hmm.
The man is on fire, and people aren't going to like me for this take, but I'm not sure that Mark doesn't work better in the chase than he does as the champion. It's hard to say because I've barely seen him as the champion, but all this to say, I want the world title on Shane Taylor. So,
amen. But what a great episode. I will come back again for more. But now I feel tired.
Well, you have done a lot of laughing at a lot of really stupid jokes tonight. So
stupid.
Well, when you laughed at your own, they were fantastic. When you laughed at mine, they were stupid. How about
you qualified them as jokes, so I win regardless.
I feel like the dynamic is that you win regardless of how I qualify anything.
Yes! I win! We're what? 13 episodes in? Finally.
Hey, I've been saying from the beginning that people need to listen to their auntie.
Exactly. Even you, Tony Khan. Or else.
There's been an alarming amount of or else tonight.
Oh my gosh. Anyways, well, this is a great episode, and I'm ready to come back next week. Kyle, you'll be back next week, correct? Lord willing.
I will.
Right?
I will be missing the following week. So the 30th. I will be missing then because of other familial obligations, but I'll be back next week and into the foreseeable future. As long as anybody still wants me on this platform.
Well, I had a lot of fun. Remember, you can find me over on all the social medias _queer auntie. I stream usually every weekend. So I'll be streaming tomorrow night. I'll be streaming Saturday night. No, not streaming Saturday night. I have plans. I'm important. I'll probably stream tomorrow night, and I have a show over on Fightful Overbooked called Wrestling Made Me Cry, where I am your host with Kylie, and we cry a lot. And it's just our little gimmick, and it's our little secret, so you can come have a secret with us. Yeah, I'm just trying to make this world a little better, a little brighter, and a little bit more tolerant of different people like myself. So if you want to come hang out, you want to be protected by your auntie, you need to have me tell someone who's bullying you to cut it out, or else. That's what I'm here for. So yeah, come find me.
Love that. Love that.
Come find me.
Oh my. All right. Well, on that note, find me at Kyle K Sparks on all the relevant socials. Twitter is the only one that I actually use with any regularity. Since I've started doing this show, I've gotten a whole bunch more followers on TikTok. I don't know why, because I don't do anything
Because
there.
I just tell people to follow you.
And I feel like a significant chunk of them might well be bots anyway. So I don't know how any of that's supposed to work. But I haven't actually looked to see if anyone who's following me there has any actual content or not. But nevertheless, on Twitter is where I do most of this nonsense. And give me a follow there. I'll be announcing anything that I do ahead of time on that feed. I'll be here every Thursday night at 10:15 Eastern for Honor Ramble with my lovely auntie here, and
that's me.
And we're gonna talk ridiculous nonsense for hours at a time every Thursday night, and it's gonna be a lot of fun.
So many
so
fun.
Be sure to give us follows. If you are watching us on delay or what have you, make sure you're liking, subscribing, hitting the bell, sharing, telling all your friends about this ridiculous, absurd show that we have where we talk about wrestling for a little while. But and be sure to follow at our local establishment. Follow at OLE Podcast, our local establishment on Twitch, on YouTube, at OLE Podcast on Twitter. All the great shows that we've got on this platform. Our producer Bobby has a great show coming up every Thursday before us, Ring Respect Radio. Astrid and Ed Freeze have several fantastic shows talking NXT every week. We've got a lot of great stuff on the channel here. So be sure to check it out, subscribe. We're close to 400 subscribers here on our YouTube. So let's get us over the mark there.
Get us up to 500. Get us up to 500. Come on. You know you
or
want
else.
Or else. Oh, but this is a great podcast. Or else.
Honor or else.
Kyle, it's great. It's great. Did you have fun?
I always do. I'm glad to be back.
I'm glad you're back.
And with that, I guess I'm gonna steal Ian's catchphrase because it's the best way to describe us and this show, and say happy wrestling, everybody.
Bye.